and I'm connected to the cloud server.
All right.
Well, how's it going?
It's going good. How are you doing, Miss Ortiz?
I'm doing pretty good. I'm ready to do this. Let's
All
do it.
right. So we are both your chemistry teachers at Tucson High students. And we're doing this, if you're in one of our class, you're gonna see videos made by the other one of us. And we wanted to give you a chance to get to know us a little bit better because it's the internet now and we gotta figure out how to make this work. And we're also going to model some of the behaviors that we need while we are going through these online meetings. And one of the big ones is that we need to practice muting our microphones when we're not speaking and taking turns. And there's a little lag. So when I ask Miss Ortiz a question like, do you want me to do my slides first or do you want you to?
I think you should do your slides first, and I'll mute myself.
And there's just a little delay. So you'll notice in groups, we tend to both talk when there's a pause and then it'll talk us over each other. But here we go. I am Mr. Fleming. I teach chemistry and AP chemistry, and my preferred pronouns are he, him, and his. This is a little bit of my academic background. I originally went to Roscrooge across the street, and I graduated from Tucson High back when dinosaurs ruled the earth. I got my bachelor's in geoscience at the U of A, and I'm getting my master's degree right now in environmental geoscience online at Mississippi State University. I wanted to show you some of my home life. I'm not sure if these guys count as pets or employees all the time, but this is Speedy the tortoise, and these are the Fluffs. They're chickens, and these are bees. We don't give them names because there's 40,000 of them, and it's kind of terrifying. And a little bit about why I teach. My background is in geochemistry, and I got to do a lot of science, but this is actually a picture of me doing research. And science can be really exciting. I did a lot of adventure work when I was out in the field. You can see I have my notebook. I was taking notes. You can't see the lanyard that had my data collection equipment on it for the picture, but it's not all lab coats and not all old dudes, although I am a white guy with a beard. And I try to take this fun feeling about science to the classroom. So what this is right here is a picture of a summer school class with incoming freshmen we did a couple years ago. And me and my math co-teacher, to help teach kids algebra, did things like throw cantaloupes off the roof of the tech building. So I just feel like science is way larger than a lot of us tend to think. And I have so much fun at it. I just want to share that with everybody.
That was a great presentation, Mr. Fleming. Thanks for introducing yourself to us. I'll go ahead and share my screen now, and I have my presentation up. So here's me. My name is Ms. Ortiz. I teach chemistry and honors chemistry. My pronouns are she, her, and hers, and this is my first year at Tucson High, but my 4th year as a high school teacher. Unlike Mr. Fleming, I did not grow up in Tucson. I actually grew up in a suburb, of LA called La Puente, California, and it was called Awingna before it was settled by people that were not originally of the land. I took a really long time to finish college, but I started at Colorado State University in 2002, and I finished in 2011 after a 5-year break. I got my bachelor's degree in microbiology and worked as a drug testing lab bench scientist for a number of years before deciding to become a teacher. And when it was time to get my teaching degree, I added a chemistry license to my stack of papers at Bemidji State University in Bemidji, Minnesota. I moved here about a year ago to finish my PhD in education, and I am going to the University of Arizona. I wanted to take a second because I don't usually call myself a teacher. And the word that I use instead is called Temachtiani. And it's a Nahuatl word that means teacher, but it means teachers of people and not necessarily teacher of things or content. And I like to use this word because it means that I teach people, not just science. And that's very important to my personal philosophy as both a scientist and an educator. So you pronounce that Temachtiani. I have 4 pets at home, 3 cats and a dog. The orange cat is 6 pence. The brown striped one is 5. The calico one in the bottom left is Temmie. And then to the right is Trillian, who is a Doberman German Shepherd mix, and I love her very much. So why I teach science? I chose this picture because it's a time where I engaged in community with kids who wanted to learn science, and you can see him spinning around on a little lazy Susan, and we use that to demonstrate some concepts in physics, which was really cool. And I had a lot of fun, and it was a great chance to build community with some people that I could serve as both a scientist and a teacher. So I teach science because I believe that learning science, doing science, and knowing about science is a great way to be a respectful member of this community and a respectful citizen of the earth. And I would love to help my students continue to learn and grow in ways that make them those things as well. I think that's it for my side, so I'm going to stop sharing.
Great presentation, Ms. Ortiz.
Thank you. I'll mute myself now.
I think the last thing to let you kids know is that what we're going to try to do is make a lot of short videos for you to help reinforce some of the material as we go through. We do have scientific evidence that shows that when we make videos longer than 6 minutes, you tend to zone out a little bit. So we're going to try to keep them short, just one idea. So we can say, if you're having issues learning a subject, you can watch this. It's going to be Miss Ortiz running you through this concept and give you a chance to maybe practice some problems or work on kind of learning some introductory ideas that way. So we can spend our now limited time in class doing a lot more communication together and building our knowledge as a group that way. Is there anything you wanted to add to that?
I was thinking that it wasn't always going to be just the 2 of us, because there's a lot of really great resources, videos out there that are going to teach things in ways that maybe even the both of us don't necessarily teach as well. So you might see on the playlists that we build different people, and that's okay too, because we've checked these videos out in advance and we know that they're teaching you correctly. I think that's all I have.
That's all I have too. So.
Okay. Cool. Well, if you have any questions or anything like that, you can probably get a hold of us by email. But other than that, just make sure that you're logging into Clever on Monday, and we'll both have our Zoom links up for our first classes. So we'll see you then.
Yeah. Have a good day, guys.
Bye.